Welcome back to Nerd Safari, friends. I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And if you enjoy this video, as always, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell thing. That would be very kind of you indeed. And it has been a minute since we did a video because life has been a lot. But we're not here to talk about life right now. We are here to talk about The Last of Us, specifically the teaser trailer for The Last of Us Season 2 from Max. Now, before we get into anything else, we wanted to say that we're not going to spoil anything for you. If you haven't played The Last of Us Part 2 video game, which I know a lot of people have, it's a super popular game. If you don't know what's about to come in Season 2 and probably Season 3, we will spoil none of that for you. So it's going to be really difficult not to, but we will do our best. But right now, for the very first time, we're going to super excitedly check out the teaser trailer for The Last of Us Season 2. If you want to see what we think about it, then stick around until the end. But for now,
let's go.
Let's go!
Oh, you want to start it with?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Let's try something different. You can't heal something unless you're brave enough to say it out loud. Say the thing you're afraid to say. Say it out loud, no matter what it is, no matter how bad. What did you do?
Wow.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Oh my gosh. Talk about high stakes. Wow. Oh. Oh my goodness. Like I said, if you try not to spoil it, there was a lot there as someone who has played the second game. You weren't oblivious to the second game, but maybe let's start with your impressions because you didn't play through the entire thing in the same way that I did. So what do you take away from the Season 2 teaser?
It was a very heavy-going teaser. Like, it wasn't as teasery as some we've seen. It wasn't so much hints as kind of hitting you around the face with it. It looks like we're returning to, like, the first season had a lot of intense action. And like you said, high stakes and very stressful scenarios. We've got more of those weird mushroom zombies.
The infected.
Yes, and then just new characters too, which is, I'm really looking forward to getting to know them.
Yeah, and I again, without spoilers. So one thing that we can say without spoiling anything, because it's literally in the text of the teaser, is that this takes place 5 years after the end of Season 1. So if you've seen Season 1, Joel and Ellie go through some really tough times. They then have a period of peace for about 5 years, and then things get cranked up to 11. Like it, and I guess for me, again, I'm not going to spoil the storyline of the game, but the second game, I mean, the first game I've played through on the PlayStation 3, I've played the remastered version probably more than a dozen times from start to finish, and New Game Plus, and blah, blah, blah. I've played that first game a lot. The second game I've played once, and I've played it once because I was shaking, I was emotional. Like, as you say, the teaser looks heavy going. The second game was incredibly heavy going. And also there was a lot there, and they're going to split the second game into seasons 2 and seasons 3. The other thing that was very different about the second game was in the first game, you pretty much played as Joel for most of it. There was a little bit where you played as Ellie, where Joel was injured. In the second game, you play almost half the game as Ellie, and you play almost half the game as Abby, another protagonist. And they don't get along. So again, no spoilers, but they're not friends. And there was something about, especially in this kind of post-apocalyptic world where everything is morally grey, right? You have to do a lot of really compromising things to survive. And seeing the story from two diametrically opposed points of view really emphasized that, and that, you know, nobody's right or wrong in this post-apocalyptic world. They're all just doing what they can to survive and doing horrible things that other people are not going to appreciate. So I thought it was super interesting that you see a lot of Ellie's version of the story in this teaser, but you also see this new character, Abby, and you see her by a grave, which kind of maybe implies that you're going to see some of her backstory as well. And in the game, it was very much you play a couple of hours as Ellie, then it completely flips and you start playing as Abby. So they're almost like two halves of two different sides of a game. I wonder if in the TV show they're going to kind of interleave those two a bit more. So you're going to see some of Abby and some of Ellie, and maybe it'll kind of flip back and forth through the season. Who knows? It was kind of a teaser from that point of view. There was also a character that's played by Jeffrey Wright in season 2 called Isaac, who was huge. And honestly, again, no spoilers. I don't know what to say about him other than a very big character, but also one that appears kind of late in the second game. So again, it makes me wonder if they're going to shuffle around the order of things in the second game a little bit. But yeah, to your point, high stakes, high emotions, mushroom zombies who everyone got pissed at us when we reacted to the first Last of Us trailer for calling them zombies, but they're freaking mushroom zombies, right? You know as well as we do. Call them infected if you want. But yeah, I just cannot wait to see more. And what I like as well, actually, is you saw the characters that we know and love from the first season. You saw Joel, you saw his brother Tommy, you saw Ellie. There were a lot of returning cast, and then to your point, some really, really strong new cast as well, who I have no idea what to even say about any of them without spoiling any of it, so I think I'm just going to shut up. Oh my gosh, though, the other thing that was so impactful in the first season and in both games was music. And there were undertones, I think, of Pearl Jam in this trailer, but then some music from the game. And I think there are guitar moments that are tied to extremely emotional, like guitar music and moments with an actual guitar that are tied to extremely emotional scenes within the game, and from the first show as well, that I think kind of resonate here in this teaser for season 2. So just audibly, it really gave me the feels. Like this teaser has me more amped up than I ever thought possible for season 2 of The Last of Us. Well, there you go, friends. That is what we think of the teaser. I hope we haven't said too much. I hope I didn't gab on too much and spoil anything for you. I've tried my best to shut up. But that is what we're going to do now. We hope you enjoyed our video. If you did, like and subscribe, and we'll be back soon, friends, on the next Nerd Safari.
Peace out, nerds.